fullness of joy.
Yep, in our presence, it's fullness of joy. This speaking of your house shot. You see, we're learning the path to life. You know, that path goes into your manners, your conduct. You see, we're learning the true conduct of life, man. Because the West, all right, had us operating off a low nature. You see, but the scriptures had us operating in the spirit, and really, when you go to be in the spirit, is operating in your true purpose, man. Okay? When we started going out the way of the heathen, we started operating outside of our purpose, man. They took us out of the spirit. The woman went out the feminism. She started operating out her purpose, so now she's out the spirit, man. You know? But this word is getting us back in the spirit.
At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore.
At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. The kingdom gonna be full of pleasures. Okay? You're going to have women, but they're going to be your women. Okay? And you're in sex. All right? Of course, it feels great, but see, it's supposed to be a legacy tied to this. It's supposed to be enterprise tied to this, man. Be fruitful and multiply. You know, because you're going to be, and we're going to be kings, we're going to have enterprise. And you're going to position your sons in different positions within your realm. Okay, and they're going to begin to do the same thing with their sons. Okay, and how are you going to get those sons through sex with beautiful women? But it's going to be all done in order. Okay, we're going to be throwing feasts and balls. We're going to have the best wine, the best food. We're going to have the best clothing, man. But it's all going to be done in order.
Also, every day will be a new adventure.
Yeah.
You will never get bored in the kingdom of heaven. It's always going to be something to do.
Well, y'all somebody still got that?
It's cool. It says wisdom and peace come when you start living the life the Creator intended for you. Oh yeah, like I said, wisdom and peace come when you start. So when we start coming back into our heritage, which is what the Lord gave us and intended us to be, you know, like we intended to be the guys of the earth. It said that life that they truly want is gonna come, and that's, you know, it's gonna start with the remnant, and we're gonna experience it to the fullest.
And that's true living. You know, actually doing those things that are well pleasing in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's true life, everlasting. That's true living. You know, it's not really living in this world and having things that satisfy you and you know, lustful desires and carnal desires. It's those things that are spiritual, and spiritual foods that the Most High feeds us with.
This is we got two more. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, starting at verse 11. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun.
You know what I'm saying? Wisdom is good with an inheritance, man. All right? And we are in the curse right now, so every generation has to start over from scratch. We have nothing to pass down. You see? We didn't even have this wisdom to pass down, but start with elder opportunity. Okay? Now, wisdom has begun to pass down, and it's going to lead to actual inheritance, man.
So there's no such thing as generational wealth. But when you go into that term, it means race happiness.
Yep.
And only that's going to come during the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
You know?
For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
Yep.
But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Yeah, so wisdom is defense, because wisdom is preventive.
Your shoes.
Okay? Money is a society, it's a tool to solve situations. You know? So we understand.
It's just the vibration, like I'm saying, with the earth here on. That's a perfect time, a perfect sunset. Right. What is the best time to take photography? Early morning, late evening, during those, what they call it, crescent times, I believe is what it's called.
Well, I didn't know that, but it seems when you break it down, the earth, it gives a daily harvest. You got like seasonal harvest, but the season of morning time, that's when the earth gives her daily harvest. Just break it down to fish, right? You know, flowers blossoming and stuff. Earth has her daily harvest, like it's giving in the morning. You know?
You think about it, it's dew. The earth has dew early in the morning, so it's being watered. You know, which is giving it life.
That shit happens, sprinkler system. You know? Natural sprinkler system. Yeah, because you don't want to cut grass first thing in the morning because that dude gonna make the grass golden hour 5:30 to 9 p.m. That dude gonna make it hard to cut that grass, man. All right, brother, go ahead. They had do something.
So back in Baruch 2:34, and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it.
Because you got the Ben Ami set with Israel, right? They went into Israel, right? But they had to go through Amalek. They got planted in a nuclear zone. They were not lords of it. Because the timer was off.
And they had to become a part of their military.
Yep, they had to become part of the military. They had the casualties like that. All right? So,
And I'm saying those are the results when you do things by your own might. Instead of being still.
that's it. Easy out. That's why King David said, what? Wait on me. Well, we really talking about Yahweh on our side. So Yahweh, because we need, like you said, we need those, we need prep school, reinforcements, SWAT team. Right. We need those reinforcements. We need a deliverer. Right. There's no man strong enough to deliver us except Yahweh Shai. See, when Yahweh Shai, then what Yahweh Shai is not just going to deliver us, he's going to destroy the adversary. Right. It's all about destroying the adversary. And as a matter of fact, get that, it's in Sirach 36. You see, like, make the time short, remove the adversary. We have to remove the adversary. You can't build no nigga Wall Street. You can't make Jake Gretty. You can't make 100 black men of America. You can't make the black woman your queen. None of that's gonna work. First, you have to remove the adversary. See, and we cannot remove the adversary. All right, go ahead, brother.
All right, actually, we're going to start at 7. It says, rise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy.
Take away the adversary. Yahweh Shai is going to take away the adversary, man. That's what Isaiah 63 was about. Who is this? It's coming from Edom.
That's right, brother.
Greatness of this.
You know what he was doing? Taking away the adversary. Revelation 19 chapter. Take away, and we're going to get Revelation 19:12, man. And we got that in us, man. As time progressed, we get a little anger built up and a little rage in us. At first, it was like young lions and we was excited every week. But now I know we got a slow cooking rage, man. We waiting on Big Brother to come, man.
Think about Yahweh Shai, when he comes back, what is he going to do? He's going to let out a cry. Like a travailing woman. That war cry we used to hear about the so-called Native Americans, that's what Yahweh Shai is going to do before everybody Yahweh deals on that green. Like,
He's been waiting 2,000 years to vindicate himself. 2,000 years to get his lick back. He a Judite.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
but now I have this this commentary on the scriptures. Pretty old book. This particular one, but basically they say when you go into the image of Yahweh Shai in Revelation chapter 1, they say we know the Lord. He literally has white woolly hair. But they say his hair represents purity, and they say his eyes. The reason why they red because it's indignation against sin. You know what I'm saying? Like it's righteous anger against sin. You know.
And who embodies sin? The nation of Edom, man. Man of sin. You're the who? Say it again, brother.
man of sin.
Man of sin, my nigga. See, one of your goals was to make you like us. Like when you're a psychopath like that, that's what you did. You made a degenerate move. All right, when Jacob made you sell your birthright. What you your birthright for me? You made a low life. But you have to shut now, and you're a psycho. You have to make us like you. All right, go ahead.
Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
That's why I said Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And one of the definitions of plain is like morally superior. And pursuant to Wisdom of Solomon 2, you present us for that. Some brothers never smoke, man. But when brother used to smoke, you ask your partner like, hey, bro, you smoke? You like, nah. And you kind of make you feel like shit a little bit. You know what I mean? It's like Jacob was telling Esau like, nah, we don't see him around here. Jacob feel like shit, man. I mean, Esau feel like shit. You know? When somebody got more discipline than you, it kind of make you feel a little, you know?
That proved that Edom always envied Jacob.
Yeah.
You know, it was always a thing of envy. You know?
Yeah, hey, well, you go to a gym. This nigga got tanning salons in the gym. He'll sell you tanning lotions. You envy us on every strata, the physical and the spiritual. But you created sin culture to show the Most High. See, he's a nigga like me. He's a low life like me. He eat bread. But it's you. You're a natural. That's why I said the wicked heart is strange from the womb. We're righteous from the womb. You're making us accept alphabet agenda. You're making us accept the nigga agenda. You're making us accept the lesbian agenda. You're making us accept the horror agenda. But by default, we're not like that, man.
It's the book of
By
Isaiah,
default, we're
chapter
not like that,
65, verse
man.
17.
You're like that.
For
Your
behold,
woman is a freak.
I create a new heaven.
You're the beta.
I create
You're the nigga.
new
You're
heaven
the street
and a
nigga.
new
But
earth.
your streets is for different countries. You go to different countries here in licks. Under European colonization, under hegemony, under what do you call it? Democracy. It's another one too, like global police or something like that. That's nigga,
And
that's
the
you here in
former
licks.
shall not be
What was
remembered.
the Middle East
nor
about
come
getting the
into
oil?
mind.
That's in the lick. Going to America, set up a railroad system to get the gold from the West Coast. In the lick. You about hitting the licks, boy. You got to, but I know you know this. You know? Because we're going to go back to sit right 36 and 8. Was it? Let's get this. Go back, go to the point where it said about the shop, make the time short. We're going to start from there and read down, man. Yeah.
Back in Proverbs 12 and 26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
So you gotta deconstruct the image that Esau has of you. You won't put on the
Verse
earth
18.
a basketball
But
player,
be ye glad
Army
and
nigga,
rejoice forever
college nigga,
in that which I
still
created.
nigga.
For behold, I
like your
create
son of
Jerusalem
Jacob,
a rejoicing
Your
and
son
her
of
people
Jacob,
a
man.
joy.
And
Verse
if you don't
19.
return to your source, you'll forget who you are. Remember this. If you don't, and you know, you'll deal with it as a man. If you're not
But be ye
constantly
glad
that's why you gotta do
and
weekly
rejoice
lessons. You gotta do
forever
lessons.
in that which I
You gotta-
created.
And daily too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, just to.
Well, I'm saying, I'm like, dude, we link up with brothers.
Yeah.
It's like your power back.
Yeah.
We in jail, nigga. Don't you know in jail you get institutionalized? You can forget who you are. They did an experiment, the Connecticut experiment. They did a movie on the experiment starring Forrest Whitaker called The Experiment. And they had college students, and they split them in half. This group is gonna be the jail security, this group is gonna be the prisoners. Keep in mind, they were just acting. 2 weeks into it, they got institutionalized. Security was beating niggas getting sodomized by security. Like niggas really thought they was prisoners. So if they got caught up in an experiment for 2 weeks, how much more we caught up in an experiment for 400 years, man? Remember who you are, man.
Yeah, you got ITR and them, Nazariah, when they was on the scene talking about America's a failed experiment. Shit, this experiment worked.
That shit worked.
It worked, and it's still working.
That's why they made the movie Get Out, starring Jordan.
Exactly.
Well, directed by Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
And like the other Apostle Hart said, the camera zoned in on that black lion. That's you!
Showed in, bro.
That's you! Then they had that Jake, the actor with the big eyes. He was in the sucking place.
Yeah.
That's you!
But be ye glad
We're in the sucking place.
in that which I created.
Because
For behold,
the different
I create
philosophies were
Jerusalem
up his philosophy.
a joy.
Basically, Jake is under mind control.
He's under
You know,
mind
Because
control.
they just spoke about the coagulant. You know what I'm saying? Basically dealing with mind control. You know,
We're under sorcery. man.
sorcery. Yeah.
MK Ultra.
That's it, bro.
MK Ultra.
That's it.
Jake is fucked up. You think all those different movements was mind control movements for the psyche of Jake. That's why I believe they made the book called Frankenstein. That was you. When you read the book, because the most I put the spirit of me to read it through a summer reading. I had to read the book Frankenstein going into my senior year. And the book was about a scientist named Frankenstein, who on a college campus created a monster. And a monster, and you know how he made the monster? Through science and witchcraft. And somehow the monster escaped the college laboratory and he left the college laboratory and went on his own. And he started to watch humans. He started to read what they read. Then he really found out that I'm smarter than the ancients. I'm more superior than the people that made it.
That's Jake, bro.
You're the Frankenstein.
I have to get that book.
You're the Frankenstein. You're the Frankenstein.
Yep.
You know what other book I had to read that year? 1984.
Oh, shit.
2 books the most I put it on us to read, right? But you're the Frankenstein. You're under MK Ultra. You're under MK. What do you think street culture is? Why do you think they keep making these little babies and little Dirks and Uzi Verts? Why do they keep making the little Kims and the Glorilla and sexy reds? You're the little. That's not natural. That's not natural in Earth's natural habitat to be like that. Tattoos all over your face, going off impulse. A Frankenstein is a Jake that's just a slave to his lower nature. You have no principle. What is it that makes you so divine? You have the power to discipline your flesh and your lower nature to the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what makes you a son of God. That's what makes the other nations envy you like Esau did. A low life envies a righteous man. Even a nigga that, you remember that movie Paid in Full? And Mitch's uncle was a little heroin addict. But Mitch, although he was a drug dealer, he had a certain get up and go about himself like he was doing something with his life. And how did his uncle look at him? Resentful, envy, money making bitch. He got all the money, he got all the. That's like he saw look at us like, look at your Howard's favorite son. Look at it's hatred. It ain't no, it's envy, man. The envy of the devil. The envy of the devil, man. He envied you in that garden. I got him set up. Oh, he got Adam. He got, hey, what your cousin said? Oh, you look good. Oh, you look real good. He saw that aura on you. Like, you doing good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so the serpent envied Adam. This all goes back to the serpent envied Adam, and the serpent trying to turn you into the serpent to get what you inherently supposed to have, which is the birthright. I'm trying to turn you to me so the Most High can choose me over you. A nigga is a perfect example. Like you said, a nigga is the experiment birth. We woke up from that Frankenstein state. A nigga did. He didn't wake up.
Right. And if America was a failed, so-called failed experiment, then why limitations 2:15 exist? But how the enemies had clapped their hands and said we'll swallow up Jerusalem.
Man, they toasting the glass every day.
Right. They call us what the Jordans of the whole earth. So they see us in this decadent state. These other nations, they happy.
The moment they got a nigga to wear a skirt,
Oh man.
I know they had to do a little private party going on. Go ahead, let's go. Let's get
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 5. The earth is also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Yeah, the earth is defiled because of the inhabitants on top of the world. Fuck the earth up. You call a slumlord, not a landlord, a slumlord. You horrible. You took the 9 wonders of the world and turned it into a cesspool. That's what you did to the earth. Not just physically, but morally. When you watch X-Men, what's it, Apocalypto?
Apocalypse.
And Apocalypto is like, no more systems! Because your systems that you use to run the world, they suck. They're trash. Look at the mindset of the people. It's not set up to win. The average human is the average earthling is designed to live 120 years. Easily, 100 years easy. Now you got little pockets on earth where they barely doing it. But the rest of the world, you're stuck on medicine after what, 30? So from the time you're 30 to 75, you're stuck on his medication. And the only reason why he's doing that, because that's passive income for him. Keeping you alive off meds for 20 years till you drop dead, man. All right?
Because they have transgressed the laws.
See, it's laws of the land. It's house rules. When the Most High puts you in a position of power, you gotta follow them house rules, baby. It's a manual already for this, man. You get a car, you open up the glove compartment, it's a little manual book how to make this thing car. It's a manual book how to make this thing. It's called the laws of King Rashad. The laws of the
That's proof like for every nation that came into power and that failed, there was no excuse because the Lord left instruction.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, like you say, he left that owner's manual.
What's that? Wisdom of Solomon 6. You kings that desire rulership.
That's it.
The laws is there. But like one example that free came into power, Alexander the Great. And they showed him conquering lands in the movie Alexander, right? And they showed him going to like Elam. They had those little cross dressers. He was looking lustfully at them.
In those days, people will
Then he had Roxanne, that's to get his air, but he had his side nigga with him, like the other, I forget, Archimedes or some shit.
Something like
Yeah, it's like, it was weird, but that was the beginning of that real freaks running around. Don't you understand that our frame of reference of the world is based off the Greeks? Like the call Ethiopia go back to the Greeks, and the call of this animal, this, it go back. Our language and our way we think goes back to the Greeks. Just from Esau, Alexander saying, monkey, Indian. You know, whether it was Alexander or Christopher Columbus, either one of them, y'all go back to Esau, Edom. But there was a world before their world.
Yeah, because you list all these different philosophers and different wise men in Edom,
pretty much, even when you go to college, you know, for brothers and sisters that went to college, you know, the way they set up curriculums and what they teach you, it's as if Esau, like, it's based off the principles that Esau Edom was always in power. Like you said, they weren't always in power though. You know?
There was a world before your world. So when you read Job 9:24, this was from the perspective of the so-called black man. When you read Genesis, when it said Esau came out red, this was in a world where everybody had melanin. Yeah, yeah, right. Go ahead, Elder, because I can't even cut you off.
Oh no, that's it, bro. Okay, yeah.
Change the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Like you saying, they forcing us to accept all this defiled and all wicked things, these degenerate things like this. That's not Jake nature, you know.
It's like a child's tablet. That's the sorcery. You give a child a tablet because you gotta have your downtime, you gotta de-stress. You give them a tablet, but the shit they watching,
Yeah, brother.
the shit they watching, man. And even if you watch a freaking Disney movie with them, now there's an LGBTQ actor in Disney movie. The cartoon character Alphabet Gang.
Or confiscate their things for my people to live as long as we
That's real. A lot of people don't know messages. See, our generation, I grew up in the 90s. I was, you know, you find out that there was a lot of sexual messages, subliminal being. But now it's more like LGBTQ messages intentionally, and it's not covert anymore. It's overt. So Gen Zers and the generation after Gen Zers, they're gonna have a whole more Babylonian mindset than us. They're gonna be even more drunk off of the wine of Babylon.
You had Scholastic, it's like a giant book.
Yeah.
They came out recently. They got like an LGBT guide for K-12 teachers. So they don't hold the people like us because we're in the spirit and the vibration of the Yahweh Shema Shah. So they want the children because they're more impressionable. They feel like they can easily influence these children, culturate them into this NWO setup.
Yeah, and like the age for programming, what's it like between the ages of 1 and 7?
Yeah.
You know,
I think it was what's that piece? It's like not a Roman Catholic piece, but red and black. That type of piece. It was a particular guy that said, if you want to teach any child anything, do it before you turn 7. Like, if I want to program a man, I tell him everything before he turns 7. Some set of effect.
So what Esau did on the right-hand side, Most High George in Proverbs 22:6, train up a child as he should go. That's on the right-hand side by instructing children with the law, statutes, and commandments. But Esau does everything on the left-hand side, so what he's doing, train up a child in his way to that westernization. The subcategories on the westernization,
Right.
black culture, feminism, LGBT movement, and the list goes on. Ultimately, it's Satanism.
Satan.
So everything that he's doing, he's pushing for his agenda for this NWO is anti-Yahweh Shema Shah. That's what it all boils down to. Yep. So this back in Proverbs 12 and 26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. And once you look up the word seduce, it goes into to attract or lead someone away from proper behavior.
Because now, you don't hear about Jake being proper. But when you're in school and you grow up in a nigga world, at some point in life, you're going to become conscious that you speak correct English. At some point in life, you're going to become conscious that you wear your pants up. You're going to become conscious that you don't have any tattoos. You're going to become conscious that if I don't act like a nigga, kind of like, but who seduced you into thinking of the real blood? You don't think you understand mind control and how influence works, how peer pressure works?
It's gonna be the
Females will gravitate to this type. I want to get something. I gotta like this.
and it's so heavy. That shows like it goes back to the garden. You know, because dealing with the godly line of Adam, beginning with Adam himself, who's Yahweh Shai. Adam and his wife Eve, they only knew righteousness. That's why I say that they were naked. They didn't know it because they was ignorant to the left-hand side. So the way of the wicked seduces them, that's where you get, the serpent, man. And the serpent seed today. And it's showing you this is all repeating itself. It's like, pretty much most brothers have came to the conclusion, with a small exception of a few, the majority of Eve forget about them, man. You know, the majority of Eve, you could just cut them out the picture. But because going back to the garden, you know, it really makes sense because it's being fulfilled, man. You know, it's showing you the Lord really is starting everything all over with a small number, man. You know, because the majority of people, they too far gone. You know,
something that Elder Manatazak said in New York camp, he said this probably a decade. He was like, man, we're going to be getting with young girls and young women over there in the Middle East. If we ever get destroyed, we're going to be getting young women from the Middle East. I also believe, shit, if we're going to be in the Brazil area after America gets destroyed, we're probably going to rebuild with a lot of Northern kingdoms.
the wilderness.
The wilderness, man. But an American woman, too far gone. Now, we're going to get women from outside of Western thought, man. You're too far gone, man. You got little kids, 3 and 5 years old, singing that Sizzle and Sexy Red song. Shake that ass, bitch. Let that coochie breathe. And they put it on TikTok. Yeah, like 5 years old, it's on TikTok. Stanky. 5 years old on TikTok. So if that little child 5 years old is singing that shit, by the time they're 18, it's over with.
So can you picture this generation, which is Generation Z, be grandfathers and grandmothers? This got to be the last generation. You know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just look at the level of decadence, you know, the level of moral decline, immorality, indecency. You know, if you look at all that combined within Babylon the Great, this can't keep going on. So that's why this has to be the last generation. It has to be. It's going to be. We believe that through the Spirit. This has to be the last generation. How much worse is it going to get?
Well, yeah, like, some call it Generation Z, which in the Hebrew it means a weapon or Zion, and then some say Generation X, was the stop. It still represents the end. Either way, it's the end, man. You know, like some elder, you know, Zahab said a while back, this is a generation that can't reproduce itself. That's how you know it's the end, man. Because now it's completely normal. You know, back in the day, and you hear, you know, Sir Older Jake said back in the day, men used to hide that behavior. Women used to hide the behavior. As far as, you know, being with the same sex. Now that's the norm. Now we look at it as being weird.
That's why they call you in the closet or coming out the closet.
Yeah.
But it was hiding.
They was hiding now. But the Pride, was it Pride Month now?
Yeah, it is Pride Month, right? And you know what? Go ahead, bro. No, the average woman is like an average Gen Zer. A lot of them are straight up lesbians. Straight up. Like she's 18, 20. You know, she actually got a man, or she'll bring it up like, yeah, this is my girlfriend, it'll be a straight up stud. Like the average Gen Zer is a straight up stud. And we find out that a lot of millennial women is our age, they low key gay with their besties. Yeah. They low key gay with their besties. But a lot of Gen Zers, they just straight up got in a relationship with a woman like it's regular, man. You know? And then we found out a lot of like a lot of niggas that we grew up with, word of mouth was like that was low key, LG, you know what I'm saying, gang banging, alphabet gang banging. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I was just going to back up Elder Zach and his statement. You know, during my era, I saw that, you know, because in high school, you know, that's when a lot of them started coming out. And I have to admit, you know, being on the football team, you know, that was part of the initiation. You had to go out with a certain group. You had to beat up the squad. I mean, beat up the LGBTQ. You know, so we
You had a good generation.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I went through 2 high schools, right? The first high school, Wingfield in the hood, man, they jumped the alphabet dude. But in Murrah, that nigga, that type of nigga was popular, man. It just, yeah.
Who wildly accepted them when they came to the school? Eve,
yeah.
It's always been Eve, man. When you see a Jake, you know, have those type of, ways, who gonna accept them when they come to the school? It's gonna be Eve at the end of the day.
If you think about it, because Eve is another Edomite. Eve, that's how you know what type of spirit somebody got in them, based on what they have around them. Wow. Eve, like, I'll let y'all answer that. So who does Eve surround herself by? Like, what type of dudes do Eve surround herself by? Street dudes, LGBTQ dudes, and that's it. And other demonic females. So other demonic, wicked, sneaky females street dudes and LGBT.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Told me.
Now, being as normal,
Hey, get out of
you
here.
virtually don't
Out
exist.
here trying to show me too.
Unless you know what I mean?
Yeah, she down and out. She need to rebound. You know what I mean? You're a high commodity.
You know, you got exceptions to the rock.
Yeah, I mean, you got physical attraction. I mean, it's not like, hey, we're not celebrating unless brother intentionally serve it. Somebody like us. But in general, typically, you know, Eve, she surrounds herself by Pookie and Ray Ray and LGBTQ. You know?
That vibes with her energy.
The demonic energy in her is because like attract like. That's real talk. Like attract like. Right?
This Proverbs 4, so the verse 13. Take fast hold of instruction, let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Let's go to wisdom. That's where you get wisdom with Sophia. Yeah. Verse 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. Here's the point. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. It goes into Esau the way he seduced the world. The more so he seduce our people to be really like him. So therefore he can be able to be the accuser of our brother, as it says in Revelation 12 chapter.
You find out part of the seduction, right? Goes into underlying beliefs. Something is inculcated in you to be a child. Every time you turn age, it's like a second nature belief system. Like propaganda is mind control. How we always going to breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Or you need meat always is protein, or what's another one like? Just you need to eat 3 times a day. But we all believe that because it was inculcated in us. So different philosophies that Esau propagated to us, he did it over and over again to this part of your subconscious.
Happy wife, happy life.
Because going back to programming somebody before the age of 7. The first 7 years, you're malleable, you're impressionable. You know what happens after the 7 years, how you program somebody? Through repetition. So after the age of 7, you program them through repetition.
That's it. For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. And wine is going to that Babylon wine. You know? And we go into about the different ingredients, those toxic ingredients into that Babylon wine. Feminism, westernization, to the LGBT movement, like anything that's dealing with anti-Yahweh Shalom Shah, that's all going into that Babylon wine. It really had caused our people to be spiritually intoxicated. That's why you see our people in that type of shape that they are in today's times.
Because your ideology is create your mindset. Your mindset dictates your actions. So being in Babylon is the reason why Jake is being abominable. Jake is an adulterer, an idolatrous, a thief. Because you adopt this mindset that dictates your actions, and your actions are contrary to Yahweh Bahashim Shai. It's contrary to your father, man.
That's why Jake in this time frame he associated so well with sin culture. He brought it out. You know? Because Esau knows at the end of the day, according to Romans, it goes to about the wages of sin is death. So that's our kryptonite as a people. He knows we the superhumans, the super people of this world. So what is our kryptonite, our weakness? By breaking the law, statutes, and commandments. So he come up with these devices, these tactics or whatever how you want to call it, to keep us from Yahweh Bashim Shah. It's all about that connection. And what Esau factored out, what he didn't realize is you have elect that's going to come after the mindset of Yahweh Bashim Shah within these 90 times. But the majority of our people, they already spiritually compromised. They already gone, they already taken, they already accept the image of the beast. So very soon with the MOTV being fully implemented, they're going to fully accept it. And you have the ones right now, which are going to the elect nation Israel, not going to bow down to the music.
It's heavy because they pretty much made it Esau Edom system. He made it his image. Made it his system. But they conform to his image, man. We've been conformed to the image of Yahweh Shai. We just let him back to his point. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yeah, it's like a frat party, right? A bunch of guys, right? Come on, man. Nah, just a couple shots, man. Then he got you to take a shot after a shot after a shot. Then he got you wilding out. Now he's taking pictures of you. He's taking pictures of you, right? He'll send it to your employer. That's what Esau did, man. he got you taking shot after shot of his philosophy, and he's taking pictures of this and back to get out.
It's called the accuser of our brethren.
Accused of our brethren.
We get to where accuser goes to like a category. We want to categorize us as just being pretty much just niggas.
Yeah. Hey, but like the average J comedian got jokes about that, saying like never get drunk around so-called white people.
Yeah.
Because like what they'll do to you. But it's spiritual because like that's really cursing them out in the scriptures.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we got drunk around so-called white people. They got us drunk. And they got us, now they're showing us to the Heavenly Father. Like you went into, man, they created the pop image. Don't you understand? Hip-hop was created to get us the transgression that how about
Thug life.
Thug life, man. Because why did you destroy, right before thug life in the street culture, you attacked masculinity in the nation. To be a man was a bad for a so-called black woman. So let's get the man of the household. But then you created a new image that was more acceptable to you, and that's the thug life. Now it's beyond that. It's beyond LGBTQ. So either you're a degenerate street nigga or you're LGBTQ. But we gotta get that masculinity out of the picture, man. And there's an invisible force. It's a satanic force moving through our women to attack your masculinity, to neutralize it, man. Esau does it on a systemic, economic, and social, cultural level. But our enemy Eve, she does it on an interpersonal level, man.
To keep Jake as a little damn boy. It's like you brought up all them different archetypes, these different rap niggas, a baby this, a little that. To keep Jake as a little fucking boy, man.
Little boy culture.
Yeah, little boy culture, bro.
So he fused those two negative cultures, like you said, with the thugs, then with the LGBT, the thug issues.
Yep.
When he fused those two types.
Yeah, because now it's basically both.
It is.
God damn it.
Going back to what you said earlier, I can see that peer pressure during my time. What would you call it if you didn't smoke cigarettes? Like we standing around, y'all like take a hit. You would call it square. And so and that just transitioned and morphed into other names now, and even picked up on that and used that. Back in high school, you a square. Look at that square. So therefore, you start wanting to be with the crowd. So you try to conform to them.
Yeah. But then, like what y'all was saying before I came down to get in the car, look at how people hit the wall, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you giving heed to the peer pressure. I heard Jake, I was talking about Vivian Fox. She hit the wall. You know what I'm saying? And Jake is hitting the wall, man.
Yeah, the culture hit the wall.
Yeah.
American Dream has hit the wall.
American Dream hit the wall. They all on the wall like this.
That's why Jake coming more out to the social media saying that, hey, I was taught the right way, go to school, get good grades, work hard. Come to find out, and you more in debt than you was ever before. So now that so-called American Dream, you done hit the wall on debt now. So the Lord is showing on every avenue in society that it's going to fail. It's not for you, Jake, because this is not our rest at the end of the day.
And all these different Jakes that got these different top professions, or not all of them, but a lot of them. And Jake that went to college. Basically, like, they're seeking regular jobs like us now. You kind of find out like really we like in like better positions than them now.
And the girl played Bernie Mac's Elise. She said she was working regular 9-to-5 jobs.
She only I mean, I ain't know.
Got me subscribers.
No, I'm good, bro.
Hey, I know your spirit though. I ain't gonna pay the press play, goddamn. I ain't gonna pay the press, but it's a shot. Like she don't OnlyFans.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Right, we can use this last scripture right here.
I got one to back up your house. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High. That peer pressure of the world ain't have you trying to fit in with the alphabet game, with street culture, with American, the American way. Nah, you supposed to repent to Yahweh Shem Shah, renewing our minds, making us ready for Yahweh Shah's return,
And that speaking of peer pressure, if you can overcome peer pressure, you'll overcome a great deal of self-control.
Because that's gonna be peer pressure. It's gonna be well, I believe I speak as a man. It's gonna be one of those key factors in Jacob's trouble. You know, when you get in that crowd.
Yeah, it is, bro. But say following out a multitude to do evil. That's peer pressure.
We saw great examples with the prelude. You know what I'm talking about. We saw examples of that. When you so-called sneeze around somebody, they feel that you had it or something like that. They try to peer pressure you to go ahead and accept it and take it. Yeah. So how much more would an MOT be fully implemented?
You had to almost kill yourself not to sneeze.
Yeah, you couldn't sneeze. You walk out the office and stuff like that and sneeze.
Meanwhile, they eat processed food and shit. You hear Wendy's looking at people crazy because they sneeze. Like, bro, you know?
This is Habakkuk 2:15. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, and puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yep. That's what you're doing, man. You expose us. Because going back to Judas, the 5th chapter, you said if we can get them to sin, then their God won't be with them. They won't feed them. You guide us to sin, and they estrange us from the Most High. But the Most High also said, I have separated 7,000 in one bow. So the 11 represents that 7,000.
That's the ones who about the whole peer pressure.
The hour of temptation. What they said when I was coming in, he was trying to catch my blunt. Like, peer pressure. Yeah. So, hey, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters are edified. Once again, we want to give out underground too. Double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Peace and blessings, set the brothers to the house of the elect. Shalom.
And that's now. Is that now? See, that's now. We still see how powerful that dollar is, bro.
And compared to the, because the only
don't want to write in front of me.
that are, I wouldn't say competing, but closer to the U.S. dollar is the ruble and the euro.
You know, you're right, the euro. That's what I meant to say, the euro.
The Russian ruble and the European euro.
Yep. That's a lot.
This is Jeremiah 50, verse 36, 38. It says, sword is I'm starting verse 35. Sword is upon the Chaldeans, says Shai, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men.
So the sword is a missile. So these missiles are being created for the inhabitants of Babylon.
A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed.
That's a military.
A sword is upon their horsemen, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her.
Yep.
They shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. Going into the just everything in America is disintegrating now. Everything. All they consider so-called wise men, the dollar, everything about America is a sword upon it because it's bad. The Lord is set to destroy this place. And it's just a process that everything have to go through. Just like America broke countries down, because in war, the art of war, you just breaking countries down, you know what I'm saying? Piece by piece, how you do it. That's how America do it. If they can't get you this way, if they can't get you, they ain't gonna start military first. First they'll come with the propaganda, you know what I'm saying? Get the people to rise up against you, Then they'll probably, make it a famine in the land. Then they'll come with sanctions. It's a whole process. That's how the Lord is doing this place. Yeah, I read it again. This is Jeremiah 50 and 37. It says, sword is upon their horsemen, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her.
It's a melting pot. It shows you that America's nothing but a melting pot.
A military might, they go into the chariots, and it said they should become as women.
There's an article just came out. I ain't read it all yet. But the title says from Natural News, U.S. Special Forces Navy SEALs engage in LGBT pride.
That's the prophecy right there.
Prancing on social media as the rest of the world looks on and laughs.
Joke. That's a goddamn joke, man. And meanwhile, you got the Russian military gaining 30,000 men a month. You know, they say God and may God should be the same in the sea. Okay, all these things are being fulfilled, man. And see, the New World Order, the elites don't want a strong America, man. The elites are pulling out of America, man. This is controlled demolition. And everybody military in the world is designed to fight America. And it says the sword on her chariots and her horses. Like, America been able to just dominate 40 aircraft up to your shore. Just fly them jets off, turn your shit to rubble, and land on them aircraft. But now they can't do that because first they can't dock them aircraft. Alright? Because now they got weapons that can touch them aircraft. And if them fighter jets get in the air, they ain't coming back. So it's a whole new war. Like it's set up for America to take the biggest L ever, man. You know?
And even if we go into the conception of America, it was all about basically birthing the New World Order.
Yeah.
All the way back to Columbus. He was on his way where? To the New World.
The Lord said it on purpose because there's more guns in America than people. So the Lord said this place gonna go down by violence. You know, like you were saying, like that's they like the only thing standing in their way of the New World Order is a strong America. Right, and the citizens allowed to have guns. So this why it wasn't so easy for them to just lock down America how they did around the world. Because around the world they allowed their citizens to own guns. The Lord said it on purpose. This place gonna go down by violence. It's gonna be, like I said, the bloodshed gonna be up to the horse's right. 200 miles.
Done. Get the year. You know, but with that, we're going to be brothers and sisters edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash.
Never honest my elder apostles and other Christians and great millstone as well. Peace and blessings help the world to the house David be elect. Ababa Ba.
Ababa Ba. Shalom.
Shalom.